Ever considered the chance occurrence of an unexpected event that could potentially turn your world on its head? This is a thought most of us prefer to relegate to the furthest recesses of our mind. We continue to navigate through our day-to-day lives, blissfully ignorant of the potential dangers that could be lurking around any given corner. The world we inhabit is far from an idyllic utopia. It is fraught with uncertainties and threats. Even though we may perceive ourselves to be living in a time of relative safety and security, the harsh truth is that catastrophe can rear its ugly head when we least anticipate it. Take a moment to envision a scenario where the United States comes under a sudden, unexpected attack. A chilling image, isn't it? Now imagine waking up one day to discover that this is not just a figment of your imagination, but has become your reality. An attack, whether it is instigated by foreign invaders or brought on by a natural disaster, has the capacity to disrupt the normalcy we've grown so accustomed to. Metropolitan cities thrown into disarray, communication systems breaking down, and basic amenities like food and water becoming scarce. It's a dystopian picture that's difficult to stomach. It is in such times that the importance of preparedness becomes starkly apparent. Being prepared, however, does not simply mean having a first aid kit handy or keeping a stockpile of canned food. It entails having a well-considered plan in place for every possible eventuality. It's about knowing what steps to take when your normal routine is abruptly disrupted, leaving you in a situation where you are forced to pick up the pieces. The question then arises, would you be equipped to hold your ground, ensuring the safety and survival of not just yourself, but also your loved ones? It's a question that can be quite daunting. The notion of being responsible for the lives of those you care about in such extreme conditions can be overwhelming. But it is a reality that we must be ready to confront head-on. We need to arm ourselves with the necessary knowledge and tools that will allow us to navigate these unpredictable situations. The answer to this lies in having the right preparations in place. This extends beyond mere physical, it encompasses mental readiness too. It's about cultivating resilience, the ability to adapt, and maintaining a level head under stressful situations. Survival, after all, is not just about the strongest, but also about the most adaptable. To emphasize the importance of preparedness, today we delve into a comprehensive list of 8 life-saving preparations that could make all the difference in such unpredictable circumstances. These preparations range from basic necessities like food and water to more sophisticated measures like self-defense techniques and emergency communication systems. Being unprepared in such scenarios can have dire consequences, often leading to panic, confusion, and even loss of life. So, let's embark on this journey of preparedness together, understanding that the key to survival in any unexpected scenario lies not in fear, but in readiness. At the top of our survival checklist is a stockpile of food. The unpredictability of calamities, be they natural disasters or human-induced crises, can significantly disrupt our daily routines, especially our food supply. Conveniences such as the local grocery stores and markets that we often take for granted can be impacted the most. These essential resources may be closed due to damages, become inaccessible due to road conditions, or worse, their supplies could run dry due to panic buying. This can leave us in a precarious situation with limited access to sustenance. During such crises, having your own supply of food becomes an absolute essential. This isn't about a refrigerator brimming with perishable goods that could rot away during power outages, but a strategic stockpile of food items that can stay fresh through time and adverse conditions. These are foodstuffs that can be stored for long periods, serving as your nutritional lifeline when fresh supplies are unavailable. Consider non-perishable food items. These are the type of provisions that you can purchase today, and if stored properly, can still be safe to consume a year or even years later. Examples of such food items include canned goods, which can range from simple canned vegetables and fruits ready-to-eat meals. These canned goods generally have a long shelf life and can provide essential vitamins and minerals even after months of storage. In addition to canned goods, there are other non-perishable items such as dried fruits, which are not only rich in nutrients but also lightweight and easy to store. Dried fruits are a fantastic source of vitamins and a quick energy boost, particularly in high-stress scenarios. Staple food items like rice and beans also make for great survival food. Rice, with its long shelf life and easy preparation, is universally recognized as a survival food. It provides the necessary calories and carbohydrates for energy. Beans, on the other hand, are an excellent source of protein and fiber. They can be stored easily and can last for years. Other examples of non-perishable food items include pasta, powdered milk, nuts and seeds, and honey. Pasta, like rice, provides energy-rich carbohydrates and can be stored for a long time. Powdered milk, once mixed with water, can provide essential nutrients found in regular milk. Nuts and seeds are dense with essential fats and proteins, and honey, being a natural preservative, can last indefinitely. By having a diverse and well-stocked pantry, you ensure that no matter the situation, you'll have the necessary provisions to sustain you and your family. This will alleviate the worry of running out of food when disaster strikes. Remember, preparedness is essential, and a stockpile of food is a foundational step in assuring your survival. We're now diving into the world of water purification. Settle in, get a refreshing glass of water, and let's embark on an exploration of why water purification matters more than you might think. Water is fundamentally the lifeblood of Earth. The human body, for instance, is fundamentally made up of water, translating the importance of clean water from a luxury to an undeniably vital need. Of clean water, we succumb to dehydration with dire consequences within as short as 3 days. However, the importance of clean water goes beyond the immediate sustenance of life. Clean water is integral to our daily routines. Its significance stretches far beyond simple consumption. Clean water is a basic necessity, crucial for maintaining hygiene, which in return is vital for human health and survival. But what if the normally reliable sources of clean water are jeopardized? Picture a scenario where your local water supply is contaminated due to a natural calamity or a failure in the localized purification system. It's a terrifying prospect, isn't it? This is the exact point where water purification enters the picture. Investing in a reliable water purification system or water purification tablets can be your savior. These systems and tablets function by removing harmful substances and potential pathogens from the water. They employ methods such as filtration, chlorination, distillation, and ultraviolet treatment. They possess the power to convert seemingly undrinkable water into a drinkable resource, critical for hydration and maintaining cleanliness. Additionally, these systems are now more accessible, cost-effective, and simpler to install than ever before. They are available in various sizes and capacities, suitable for different needs. Whether it's large-scale systems designed for public water supplies or compact portable devices for personal use or emergencies, there is a purification solution for every situation. However, it's essential to remember that owning such a system is not enough. Understanding its working and maintenance is equally important. Regular inspections and correct usage are necessary to ensure the optimal effectiveness of these systems. So, the importance of clean water and the role of water purification cannot be overstated. Investing in water purification is not just a practical step, it's a decision that could potentially save lives. It ensures a steady supply of clean water, even when the conventional sources are at risk. By consuming contaminated water, we are risking exposure to harmful chemicals and disease-causing microorganisms, leading to various health conditions such as diarrhea, typhoid, hepatitis, and cholera. On the other hand, a reliable water purification system guarantees safe drinking water, protecting us from these health risks and contributing to overall well-being. Expanding upon our previous points, the first aid kits serve an undeniably paramount role in every household, every office, and every vehicle. They are compact, portable sanctuaries of safety, filled with tools of immediate crisis management that can provide a lifeline in emergencies. More than just a collection of medical equipment, they serve as troves of hope, preparedness, and, above all, protection in the face of unexpected health-related crises. In essence, a well-stocked first aid kit is crucial in a crisis, when professional medical assistance might be delayed or unavailable. Visualize an incident where an individual in your vicinity, or even you, may encounter a minor accident. The mishap could range from a minor mishap in the kitchen, a slightly serious sports injury, to a sudden medical ailment like a migraine. In such situations, the critical waiting time for medical professionals to reach the scene can be decisive. The invaluable minutes before the arrival of an ambulance or the time it takes to reach the nearest emergency room can potentially alter the course of the crisis. It is within these crucial moments that a first aid kit's worth is truly realized as an indispensable lifesaver. A well-equipped first aid kit comprises a variety of components, each serving its unique purpose, and together forming a comprehensive crisis management system. Standard items include bandages and gauze pads, integral in covering and protecting wounds to prevent further injury or possible infection. Antiseptic wipes form another crucial component. They serve the dual purpose of cleaning wounds to minimize the risk of infection and sanitizing hands before administering any treatment. In the realm of first aid kits, a pair of tweezers serves an invaluable role. They are the unsung heroes in removing splinters or any foreign objects lodged in the skin, aiding in swift and painless removal of such foreign bodies. The tweezers should exhibit robustness, sharpness, and precision in their design to perform their task effectively. In addition to these components, necessary medication forms an essential backbone of a first aid kit. This includes items like painkillers, antihistamines for allergy attacks, and other medication tailored to specific conditions of family or staff members. Such medications can offer immediate symptom relief and act as a crucial barrier in preventing a medical situation from spiraling out of control until professional medical aid arrives. Summarizing, the importance of a first aid kit extends far beyond being just a container. It acts as a beacon of help and immediate relief in emergency situations. Its contents, bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, and necessary medication can help mitigate a crisis effectively. They provide immediate relief, buying essential time until medical professionals can intervene, reaffirming the role of a first aid kit as a true lifesaver. Protection is our topic for discussion number 4. The unpredictable world we live in offers no room for complacency, as unforeseen hazards can arise at any moment. Personal safety becomes a necessity rather than a luxury when the world is in turmoil and seems to be spiraling out of control. It is in these unstable periods that protection takes on a heightened significance in our lives, establishing itself as an essential element that cannot be overlooked. Protection here denotes more than just shielding ourselves physically. It pertains to preserving our lives and everything we value, assuring mental tranquility. But the question arises, how do we accomplish this? What measures can we implement to prevent ourselves from being defenseless in a world that, at times, can be merciless and remorseless? The solution lies in preparedness. As it's often quoted, preparation is half the battle won. In chaotic or bewildering circumstances, the capability to protect ourselves turns from being merely important to being indispensable. Here's when self-defense equipment comes into the picture. A firearm, a knife, a can of pepper spray. These are the pillars of personal safety, the gear we rely on when our existence is threatened. A firearm, for instance, can afford substantial protection. It is a potent deterrent that demands respect and attention. However, it also requires proper training and safety measures to ensure it doesn't harm the user or innocent bystanders. A knife, conversely, is a tool of stealth and precision, offering protection in close combat situations. Still, it requires skill to use effectively and can be risky in untrained hands. The humble can of pepper spray is another option. It's compact, user-friendly, and efficient, a non-lethal choice that can disable an assailant long enough for you to flee to safety. Nevertheless, wind direction and distance can affect its effectiveness. These tools, however, are only as efficient as the person utilizing them. It isn't just about having the right tools, but the mental readiness and the willingness to use them when required that decides their efficacy. Self-defense is as much related to the psychological aspect as it is to weaponry. Whether the discussion is around a firearm, a knife, or a reliable can of pepper spray, one fact stands out. In an unpredictable world often marked by uncertainty and fear, possessing a means to protect yourself is not just recommended, it's vital. In conclusion, protection isn't just about possessing a specific tool. It's about the tranquility that comes from knowing you have the capability to protect yourself. And in a world where disorder can be just a step away, that peace of mind is invaluable. Hence, whether it's a firearm, a knife, or a can of pepper spray, having a means to protect yourself is critical. To delve deeper into the significance of communication devices, we must recognize that they have, over time, evolved into a necessity rather than just a convenience. Our dependence on these devices has spiraled incredibly, to the point that functioning without them seems unfathomable. They serve as a lifeline, bridging the gap between individuals from distant parts of the globe, bringing them closer than ever before. Picturing a world disconnected, devoid of means to connect with near and dear ones who aren't within a shout's reach, or a situation where contacting the authorities during crises becomes impossible, is a chilling thought. The absence of communication channels could potentially push the world into a state of disorder, lawlessness, and isolation, a situation we can barely comprehend. When established networks collapse, it can bring the world to a grinding halt. It disrupts our usual rhythm, our professional commitments, and our personal connections. It's then that the importance of having a backup plan comes into the picture. This is not just a fanciful idea, but an imperative need. Backup communication devices like a battery-powered radio or a satellite phone are quintessential examples of such aids. They instill a sense of security and readiness in us. They act as our safety nets when the trapeze of day-to-day life misses a beat, and we find ourselves in precarious situations. A battery-operated radio, an ingenious blend of the past and the present, takes us back to simpler times when families would gather around the radio, eagerly awaiting the latest news or their favorite radio show. In the current era, it doubles up as a trustworthy source of news and updates when other high-end gadgets fail to deliver. On the flip side, a satellite phone is an incredible manifestation of cutting-edge technology. Utilizing satellites orbiting the Earth, it provides telecommunication coverage to almost any corner of the Earth. In emergencies, when terrestrial networks break down, a satellite phone can be a real lifesaver, providing the means to contact the outside world, appeal for help, or simply reassure our loved ones about our safety. Both these devices, each in their unique manner, represent a safety net, a backup plan, a fail-safe mechanism that we can rely on when all else fails. The right choice of a communication device can make the difference between staying connected and being cut off. Therefore, never underestimate the crucial role of having a backup plan, like a battery-operated radio or a satellite phone. They keep you abreast of the situation and enable you to ask for assistance when required. In the event of power outages, the importance of lighting cannot be understated. It is a fundamental necessity, especially when you consider scenarios where the usual sources of light are non-existent. Let's delve into a scenario where the world descends into complete darkness. Regular amenities we often overlook. The comfort of simply turning on a light switch to ward off approaching shadows might not be accessible. In such conditions, we're left helpless in the black. Our familiar environment becomes unidentifiable without the assistance of light. This is the stark reality we face when an unexpected power outage strikes. In these circumstances, a basic flashlight transforms into an indispensable asset. Its beam, intense and radiant, can cut through the pitch darkness, providing much-needed clarity amidst confusion. The seemingly endless night becomes a slightly more manageable journey. The hidden threats waiting in the shadows can be exposed with a simple flashlight button. Another useful source of light during power outages is lanterns. They offer a broader, gentler radiance, covering entire rooms with their calming light. Unlike flashlights, their illumination is less intense and more spread out, making them perfect for larger spaces where the softer hues of the surroundings can be unveiled. Lanterns act as communal light sources, a guiding light around which we can congregate, share experiences, and diminish the fear that darkness often brings. We should also consider the psychological aspect of lighting. Darkness, filled with unknown elements, can generate fear. On the other hand, even a small light can bring a feeling of security and comfort. It assures us that we're not completely isolated in an endless night. While this may be a minor consolation, it's crucial in challenging times. Furthermore, both flashlights and lanterns are designed with user-friendliness in mind. They're portable, trustworthy, and generally easy to operate, making them ideal for emergency situations. They do not require any specific knowledge or expertise to use, yet can make a significant difference in survival scenarios. In essence, when the power grid fails, flashlights and lanterns are options that can provide the essential light required to navigate your surroundings safely. The world might sink into darkness, but with these lighting tools in our hands, we can keep the shadows away. Taking the 7th spot on our list is shelter. In the universe of survival, there are few things that are as critical as having a safe place to retreat to. This concept, the necessity for a refuge from nature's relentless elements, is a universal need shared by all living creatures on this earth. Humans, too, are no strangers to this, be it the blistering sun of the Sahara Desert or the brutal, icy winds of the Arctic. Nature can often prove to be an unkind mistress. Underscoring the crucial nature of shelter, we must delve deeper into the concept of shelter in order to fully appreciate its importance. What comes to mind when you think of emergency shelter? Perhaps it's something as simple as a tent or a tarp. However, these seemingly innocuous items can become the pivot point between survival and succumbing to nature's wrath. A tent, a marvel of human ingenuity, is lightweight, easily packable, and incredibly versatile. Its sturdy structure and ease of assembly can offer protection from rain, wind, and potentially even snow. It's more than just a barrier against the elements. It can provide a safe place for rest and recuperation, a spot to secure your belongings from the elements, and even a space to prepare and consume food. On the flip side, the tarp is something akin to a survivalist's dream come true. Its flexibility allows it to be manipulated into a myriad of shapes and sizes to suit your immediate needs, whether that's a lean-to against a tree or a makeshift rain collector. A tarp with enough skill and knowledge can be transformed into an incredibly effective shelter, shielding you from adverse weather, providing camouflage from potential threats, and offering a level of comfort in an otherwise unforgiving environment. The significance of shelter can be best understood when we contemplate situations that would necessitate its use. Imagine a devastating storm tearing through your town, leaving your home, your primary shelter, in ruins and uninhabitable. Or envision a circumstance where you find yourself lost in the wilderness, days away from the nearest signs of civilization. In these dire moments, a tent or a tarp becomes the delicate line that separates you from nature's full fury. Shelters are not merely tangible structures, they're symbolic of safety, hope, and human resilience. Each stitch in the fabric, each pole used for support, each taut line securing it in place is a testament to our determination to endure, to resist, and to survive. The necessity for shelter also highlights the power of the human spirit. It is a primal instinct passed down through generations, reminding us that while we may be susceptible to nature's whims, we are also armed with the skills, the wisdom, and the resilience required to overcome it. In the midst of turmoil, when your world is turned upside down and your home is no longer a safe haven, it is often the humble tent or tarp that becomes your lifeline. It stands as a beacon of hope in the darkness, assuring you that you're not defeated yet, that with the right tools and the determination to survive, you can withstand any storm. So should you ever find your home unsafe or uninhabitable, remember this. Shelter, a seemingly straightforward concept, becomes an emergency lifeline. And that's why it holds the 7th spot on our list of survival essentials. First and foremost, let's delve into the realm of knowledge, a crucial factor in any survival scenario. The importance of understanding basic survival skills cannot be overemphasized. These skills, including the ability to start a fire, catch fish, or administer first aid, can literally mean the difference between life and death. Often underestimated, these fundamental survival skills form the bedrock of our survival capabilities. How many of us in today's fast-paced world, amidst the ease and comfort of modern life, have given a thought to what we would do if we were suddenly bereft of these conveniences? Remember, in a survival circumstance, you are your only resource, dependent solely on your own wisdom, ingenuity, importantly, knowledge. Envision a scenario where you're stranded in the wilderness. There's no supermarket to fulfill your needs, no clean, readily available water, and no immediate medical aid at your disposal. Fire-making knowledge in such a situation serves multiple purposes, providing warmth, safety, and a means to cook food. The skill of fishing may well become your only source of nourishment. Proficiency in first aid could turn a severe injury into a survivable one. The breadth of this knowledge isn't confined to these skills alone. It also encompasses the ability to preempt and prepare for unforeseen catastrophes, which is the very essence of survival. Every individual should ideally have a reserve of food. You never know when it might be needed. Clean water being a fundamental human requirement, the importance of water purification systems is paramount. Basic survival necessities also include first aid kits, which can be literal lifesavers in the absence of professional medical assistance. Various protection strategies, encompassing both self-defense and shelter, must be contemplated to ensure safety from potential threats. The ability to communicate with the outside world in times of need can be provided by communication devices. Lighting equipment, another significant component of survival gear, provides essential visibility and can also act as a distress signal. The need for an emergency shelter should not be neglected, providing a haven from severe weather conditions and possible predators. In conclusion, the secret to weathering an unexpected disaster lies in your level of preparation. The objective is not to create panic, but to nurture a readiness mindset. After all, it's always better to possess something and not require it than to need it and not have it.